good of our nation.
Welcome to the hotline for today, Thursday, the 28th, August 2025. It's so good to be with you today, listeners. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you to Paula, who just brought me lens wipe, because I don't know about you. You know, sometimes I'm talking to some people, especially men, when they wear glasses, and I have to tell them, give me the glasses. Take it off and give it to me. Let me clean it. It is so filthy and foggy. And the men don't have a problem talking through it. But me, every single time I get this greasy thing on my glasses, I have to clean it. And I couldn't find the lens wipe. So I'm saying, DT, come, DT. And my glasses are filthy. And then here came Paula with my lens wipe. So God bless you, Paula. DT, what you have to say about that?
No, I don't think it's only men.
Mostly men, man.
Walk around with.
No, man, mostly men. Women have the OCD thing like me about the glasses. Don't it?
No. Whenever my
Paula,
glasses need.
Paula, give me one more just in case later. Honestly, I can't believe I can't find any in my bag, and I want to fling with the glasses.
No, I have my alcohol, and I also have lens cleaner.
Which is what, the fabric, or
No, I have the fiber.
Yeah, the fiber.
Microfiber cloth, as well as alcohol.
Oh, alcohol can do it.
And then you have lens cleaner, which is spray, some liquid in a bottle.
I'll tell you.
And then occasionally I wash it. Just go to the.
Have to.
Yeah. So it's not every man.
Most men. So anytime you're talking to me and I say, give me the glasses, just understand it is my OCD that's acting up. So bless you so much, Paula. I mean, it's the same way. I can't do without the Vaseline to put on my lips. I just love the act of putting the Vaseline on my lips. So there you go. Some of the issues, some of the little things that jar me. But thank you so much that my colleagues are here on standby when I can't find them. Thank you, listeners. We know that you have choices. We're happy when you come here. Happier when you find reasons to stay. This is the hotline.
Emily's views, her position on the issues, her point of view backed up by the facts. Here are Emily's views.
In the midst of all of the political campaigning, here comes this awful story which is headlining the Gleaner today and which has been carried on electronic media. The Gleaner says a 22-year-old man is expected to be charged for the gruesome murder of two young children, one his son and the other his common-law stepson, whose bodies were recovered on Wednesday in Swamp District, Monique in St. Anne, after they went missing the previous night. Just awful. I don't know what else can be said. I heard the representative from the Children's Agency expressing the absolute horror and the depravity of the action, and just bearing in mind as well the age of this young man who is expected to be charged. I think it is just disaster all around. Yeah, my condolences to the mother of the children, losing two all at once. And I think I heard from the child agency representative that these two are her only two children. So that will compound and complicate the grief that she will have to endure undoubtedly for a lifetime. What else do we say? It's just a lot. And then in the face of the gruesome reminder of how things can get, we are flushed in an election campaign like none I've really seen before. I think I have covered at least 5 elections now. And there has been different levels of desire and desperation by governing party to remain, different degrees of desire and desperation for opposition party to form government. But I've never quite seen it like this. And on top of everything, I think the innate ugliness of previously unknown members of the society, it shines through brightly because of the availability of a medium or many media within which people express the views they have. And when they cannot disagree with your thought, the attacks, the personal attacks, they rise to a crescendo never before seen. The other night I gave my views on the debate concerning matters of the economy. For the life of me, I don't understand why people don't feel that you can watch one debate, they can watch the same debate, and two of you can walk away with a different impression as to who won the debate depending on whatever it is that one likes and one does not like. We can do that. None of you will take away my right to express the view I hold on any matter. I am not daunted. I am not dissuaded. I've been taking the walk in the wilderness for a very, very long time. So my faith muscle has been strengthened, tested, and fortified. Yeah? And because I don't have the time, nor do I wish to engage many of you, it doesn't mean that I don't see and pray that the grace of God will carry some of you as it does me. This morning as I was driving down, I had the most disgusting message sent to me on my personal cell phone, my WhatsApp. And the Holy Spirit said to me, call the person. And I called the person to find out exactly who it was and why is it that this message is coming to me. The person didn't even know. Laced with untruths and all sorts of subliminal threats and all sorts of unsavory things because I dare to express an opinion that is different from whoever the author of that particular message is. Let me take a break.
At the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service
May be taken against them by either of the two sides if they don't give an opinion that is aligned with one. Somebody has to be prepared to stand up and to not care about the views of the masses and the darts that they will bring at you when you give your view of whatever is going on. I have been one of those persons for years and I will not stop. So you can sharpen all the darts you want. And you can come in the multiple ways that you do. You will not stop me giving my view on a matter when I occupy a particular space. What I practice in this country is opinion journalism. This is what this talk show is, opinion journalism. And I try to get the best information that's possible. I'm not judging a debate coming from Mars. I'm an active participant in all areas of national life here. I live here. I work here. So when I look at situations, I'm not judging it from a position of being absent. So when questions are said to be answered or responses given, it's not only style that I'm looking at. Substance is also important, which brings me to the major concern I have now. We are days away from an election with plans for all sorts of tax burdens to be relieved. Tax burdens which by all accounts will cost tens of billions of dollars. One from the People's National Party to raise the income tax threshold from what it is now, approximately 1.7, up to 3.5 million. And this is to happen, we are told, the 1st of April 2026, which is for the next fiscal year. We have another proposal from the Jamaica Labour Party as government to reduce the income tax paid from 25% to 15%. We're not told what's going to happen to the graded system that we have, where for earnings over 6 million we now pay 30%. We haven't been given any information on that portion. Coming from a press conference the PNP held the other day, and from the response they gave in the debate, we understand that their proposal will cost about 55 billion Jamaican dollars. And they claim that that 55 billion can come out of the revenue forecast put out now by the government, which is for 140 billion over the next 3 years at a rate of 1% growth. On top of their proposal is also an indication that they will not be drawing down from the NHT the 11.4 billion that we get for budgetary support. And on top of that, there are other things that they intend to do based on their list of priorities. Mathematically, based on how they say they're going to do it, it does not seem doable to me on the face of it. Unless it is they are going to cut substantially a lot of the programs that are now there and which are so important to the survival of the country as it now exists. Nobody has been able to get the proper answers as to exactly how is it going to be done. Julian Robinson said they're going to grow the economy more than the 1% that it is forecast to grow, or that the government has put in the paper that they say they intend to grow it. The answer as to the how has not come. The proposal on removing tax for overtime pay, it is going to be one of the biggest things to drive down productivity, because people will not be seeking to accomplish what they can during the regular 40-hour work week, but will be stretching it out to get into overtime so they can get time and a half, and the tax burden will be relieved from there. So where is the great plan to increase growth and productivity if the intention is to use this revenue forecast and to also grow above the projected rate? Where is it? After we went through what I believe to have been the most brilliant finance minister that this country has ever seen, Dr. Nigel Clark, the man, every idea with which he came, he cost it. He showed us on paper how it's going to be done. He brought blocks to the parliament to show us this is what we're going to take away from. This is how we're going to build up here. And I live to see us having a situation where, knowing the immediate history and substance of Dr. Nigel Clark, this particular JLP administration has now come to tell us that they intend to move income tax from 25 to 15%. And the first time I was hearing any possible costing out of this was by a response to a debate question the other night, saying 25 to 30 billion. And even that figure seems to me to be completely underestimated, because we don't even hear what's going to happen to the other grades of taxes. So we are up on a situation where the desperation of both major political parties is causing them to make some promises ostensibly geared to getting people to vote for them, without indicating how are we going to do this in a fiscally responsible way. Yeah? And we cannot really get the people to go down to brass tacks to say, this cannot work. Or for this to work, these are the programs that will have to be cut. I heard one of the debaters the other night saying, everything that the government is doing going to be turned upside down. So if that is the case, then there will be cuts to most, if not all, of what is going on. And then another debater is saying, when we go in, we will have a look at it. So we're literally feeling in the dark on the cusp of an election, because political desperation is leading to fiscally irresponsible programs. And we have people who sat on the Economic Program Oversight Committee of this country for years. You cannot sit aside. You should not sit aside and allow proposals that will wreck the economy to go unchallenged. I have called for the Fiscal Commissioner, in its independence, in the statutory mandate that it has been given, to ensure that we adhere to the fiscal rule, to give us an independent thought by crunching the numbers and making us understand, where will any of these proposals get us? Can they be done? We cannot be afraid of the multitude. Bear in mind, every single time the multitude come down on the people in the Bible, surplus of faith will come to those who believe. But the multitude that is coming now is a multitude of dissent and those who have their partisan leanings. But we cannot be afraid of that. This country has come too far. We have to stand even though the darts and the arrows are coming out at us. If it wasn't fiscally prudent for 2 million to be the tax threshold some weeks ago, or for 3 million, it cannot be fiscally prudent for 3.5. And I believe if we could reduce the income tax threshold before, the percentages below 25% before, then Nigel Clark would have introduced it. The problem with this new setup as well, everybody is a publisher. People are not really being questioned by people who have a decent understanding as to how the economy works. So you just put out a proposal and it sounds good and people feel, yes, I like this because I'm going to get more money. You're going to get more money, but what else will you not get? You're going to have less taxes if they reduce this 25 down to 15, but what else will it mean that you will not get? And people are not being grilled as they were in previous dispensation, because everybody now can go and publish. Everybody can have a press conference at whatever length they want and talk at length about what they want to do. And there's no proper independent analysis as a matter of guide for the people of the country. We are in a very fiscally irresponsible moment by the two major political parties. When revenues grow, expenses will also grow. Who is accounting for that? Where in Jamaica have we seen growth over 5% in the last, let's even say 20 years? We've never had it. So how do we take a forecast to grow the economy? What is the historical legacy on which we are relying? Where is the great growth-inducing policy that is going to cause us to move from a country that has macroeconomic stability where all the variables align, but growth has eluded us? And on top of that, we cannot move the country from where it is geographically placed. And so every year we have to deal with uncertainties concerning natural disasters. We do have disaster mitigation strategies and we do have some sort of insurance around that. But because we cannot control the magnitude of the force that we face, we always have setbacks from natural disasters. Where is that built in to some of what we are being told? If all we want is talk, we can get it. But if we desire to literally look beyond the talk and look to the workability of what is being proposed, then the people who have assisted in leading this country with independent thought, you cannot cower now. You need to come out and we need to be crunching the numbers and we need to be making the forum not a 90-second session. We need to be creating the forum so people can answer the questions based on the numbers that they have crunched and give them proper time to respond. And let me just say, whatever messages you think you will send to me or on social media or whatever, you cannot break me. My strength and my faith are fortified through walking a very long time on many wilderness journeys. Right? And I don't fight things in my own strength. Be warned.
Join us next time for Emily's Views on the Hotline.
Clear your barrels and personal shipments with ease and convenience. Request a customs contactless clearance today through CCP at jca.gov.jm. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
9:30.
You see that clean, fresh, just polished look? That shine that turns heads at the stoplight? Yeah, man, that's tough.
Tough Super Protectant from BRK keeps your dash, tires, and trim looking tough. The Tire Shine microfiber cloths and any one of our 11 signature air fresheners will level up your ride.
Like how the road